Welcome my friends, we are talking about Town Hall 10 3-star Queen Walk laloon. Now, it's actually, I want to focus on scouting a base. This was the first time I hit this base. When you see this base in the next replay, I'll really break it down for you. You know, 3-starring bases are extremely hard at Town Hall 10, so don't get down on yourself if you can't do it. And in war, obviously you only get one shot. You get one shot to scout it, maybe if you're the second attacker, but usually if you're hitting it first, you're the first person going, you don't know where the traps are, you don't know where anything. So I'm going to queen walk this base, and I'll show you why I chose to do it in the next video. But I was thinking about scouting bases and how do you know if you're getting good in Clash of Clans. I think a good sign if you're getting better is if you're scouting a base for the first time and you hit it and you do well on it. You get close to a 3-star, or maybe you 3-star it, or at least, you know, at least your strategy was sound enough that you will actually be able to take down the base. Now, if you attack a base and you utterly fail and you keep failing all the time when you hit new bases and you just can't get any better, that's a sign you need to really start either asking clanmates to help you scout bases, how to enter bases, because you might be entering wrong, you might be funneling wrong. So that's a sign that maybe you need a little to take a step back and you need to reevaluate your gameplay and not just keep doing the same thing over and over. I think that's the hardest thing. I know in Halo, I try to get better, but of course everyone has their own ruts, they have their own attack styles. It's the same in Clash of Clans, you know. Everyone, you do what you do because you see it a certain way, and we get locked into how we see a base. Now on this attack, I should have entered up from the north, but for whatever reason, I didn't see that the first time I hit the base. I thought, oh, I'll bring the loons down here, but see, I'm gonna run out of time, and that's why I get this fail. Now this is a fresh hit, and I changed my composition up a lot here. I started with Rage, and then I'm going to shift to using 2 freeze, but you can tell I just destroyed this base. I think the Rage is important for the loons, even though 2 freeze are very valuable. So honestly, just ran out of time here. Otherwise, I think a solid attack for scouting the base and seeing, oh, I think a queen walk was inevitable. Not inevitable. I think you could do bowlers maybe on it too, but we'll look into it as we get along. So very proud of this attack on this new base I'd never hit before, and scouting it really for the first time. So let's really take a look at it. Here's my second attack. Now, why am I going to choose a queen walk? Why did I choose this? Well, I thought, you know what, the queen, if I start her in the west there, she'll path, hit that air defense, then she'll break into the king and queen apartment, take them out. My king will help out as well, and then eventually she'll get down to that other air defense you see in the south. That was my game plan. Could you use bowlers there? I think you could possibly, but I thought queen walk would be the best, and then she would still be alive for cleanup, and possibly she'd hit that inferno tower if she broke through some walls, or at least help the laloon portion. One fatal error I did not see. I decided to come in from the south with my hounds, but I shouldn't have done that. See, I'm clearing this whole path to the north, so I want to hit the north inferno tower first, and then, because for sake of time, by the time they get to the south, that other air defense in the south will already be taken out. So let me show, here's another replay. Here's an attack, I think a high 92%, 95%. I'm gonna speed it up, using a wizard up there to funnel. She will drift south right here. And this is where, you know, you can't necessarily understand the AI movement. I mean, little things make a difference when they come out. It's pretty strong CC, a dragon. Actually, another one, there was a dragon and baby dragon. I'll get to that one in a little bit. But on this attack, you know, my king, unfortunately, he pathed around because the king hopped out. I wouldn't have known. If you look back, he does relock onto the queen, but he locked onto the enemy king, locked onto my wizard and made my king go on the outside of the base. And so my troops died very quickly here. My king didn't really get as much as I was hoping. I was hoping he'd get some of the cannons and tank a little more for the queen. But notice I did a video earlier about the laloon portion. I really think you need to start your air portion at 1 minute and 30 seconds. At definitely 120 the latest. When I started, see, I started a little too late and I just ran out of time. I've started, when I started? Oh my goodness, I'm way too late. That was a wasted loon, by the way. I didn't start my air portion till 110. Oh my goodness. That is not good. I think if I started at 120, it would have helped. But 130 range is very comfortable, especially if you lose a lot of your loons and you don't have any left for the end of the raid. Now on this attack, I don't have a rage. You remember the last time I had a rage for this whole Testa farm area? This time I only have a haste. And because of that, I do have the other freeze for the Inferno, but look at those loons are just inching their way. So I can't decide if I like 2 freeze or 2 rage. Obviously, I lost my my loons at the end, and I ran out of time. So a good 2-star, but not quite there, almost there. But the attack is there. I notice I'm very proud of this attack. Maybe I only got a 3. I did get the 3-star. I'll show you that. Don't worry. But I'm proud of it because I scouted it right, I think. I really think I did. I think I did a good job of taking down the base. It's just a max Town Hall 10. I mean, goodness gracious, you can't 3-star these. I mean, even the best attackers in the game aren't doing it. And this one, unfortunate, just kind of the same sort of strategy. You got a dragon, baby dragon in the clan castle. The queen, again, I'm not coming in on the right. See right there? This is why I should have come in from the north. Because see that hound? That hound should not have died. The queen would have taken out that air defense by the time my hounds got to the southern section here. And then you can tell it just gets really ugly in the core. I can't do it. Too many structures left. Not enough loons. I mean, I got a lot of loons, but no haste. If I had a rage or a haste right there, it would have made a huge difference. I think I'm going to show you the 3-star now and how I got it. And I should have been doing this from the beginning. Had a couple of other attacks. I think I had 6 attacks before I got the 3-star. So obviously you don't get 6 attacks in war. And again, as I said, that's not the purpose of friendly challenges. The purpose is every base is different. You're gonna have to make an army for each base specifically, and you're not gonna always you're not gonna always get the 3-star. It's just inevitable. You won't always get it. What I've been finding, I'm learning here, is I need to account for each structure that's being taken down. So you have to account how you're going to get the air defense down, how you're going to get that archer tower down, how you're going to get the wizard tower down, how many loons you're going to take. Every single unit's defensive structure has to be taken down and accounted for when using this laloon portion. Here I got a little fortunate that actually the healers locked onto the king. You notice, look at that. The healers are on the king and he's tanking for the queen. So they're going to both be up at the end. That was a wasted loon. To be able to provide for just really clean up and take this whole southern section down. Now, as you can tell, that is the main thing. Look at this. I meant to drop all my loons there. Let me pause. I meant to drop my loons first and then the hounds. A little misplacement, but it still worked out. So I should have come from this north side from the very beginning, but I didn't. Here comes the loons. Now notice how I was patiently waiting for my northern loons to get closer to the Inferno and that air defense before I dropped those loons on the side. Honestly, I could have waited a little bit longer on the clan castle hound and these loons on the side. You see where that archer tower is. You want to make it in conjunction where your loons work together in unison, and that's the hard part about air. You got to be very precise, and the spell placements are extremely critical. If you misplace spell placements, if you put them too early, if you put them too late, if you enter in your loons too soon, you get shized, and it's just total wipeage. You get okra fried, okay? You get okra fried. So I'm going to show you this last base. A couple of more attacks here and show you bad loon placement and bad haste placement. Same sort of strategy. I do as you notice, I'm doing the queen walk in the same position I did from the very first attack. It worked out, okay? So this time, same sort of strategy, just letting my queen do her thing, and I really speed it up for you. But you'll notice I misplaced my loons. Now I had a good loon placement at first, but my side loons into that town hall, that's where I mess up, and that's the key. Okay, so let me play it here. Things are going great at first. Going to drop a haste for the freeze. Going to freeze the first Inferno tower. Haste for the freeze here. So let's see those loons coming in at the town hall. That was too early. All those loons right now that are hitting the Testa farm, those should not have been there already because I didn't take down that air defense, and so the hounds weren't tanking for that Testa farm and that other air defense. So I lost way too many loons at the beginning. And that is why you got to be very precise on your loons. So give it a couple seconds, make sure you get that air defense, and then drop in those side loons, at least on this base. Every base is different, but at least let the troops do their hitting at the first, and then bring in the loons, kind of circle them in, and give them some time. Anyways, guys, don't feel bad if you can't get the 3-star. It's all about scouting. Remember, scouting this base. How do you spot it out? well, you could do a bowler. You could just do bowlers here to get to those 2 air defenses, but I like the queen walk. Just learn how to scout, practice up, keep practicing, keep doing it. You can get that 3-star, and we'll see you next time, my friends. Halo.